Hi, this is the Business Guy, and today we're diving into a story about you being prepared for a legal attack so you don't lose everything you've worked so hard for, your savings, your investments, your real estate, and so on. So first I'll start with an analogy that ties together the power of preparation, resilience, and yes, asset protection. And after the story, we'll get into some specifics about what you can do to protect yourself from lawsuits. I've been the CEO of Asset Protection Planners for 33 years with a team of attorneys and consultants on staff and the nation's largest asset protection firm. And we're going to learn why being ready before the storm hits is the best way to ensure you come out unscathed when life's challenges like lawsuits and divorce start swirling around. And come to think of it, it's a good analogy because I live in Florida and a hurricane is headed for us right now as I sit here. Now, if you've heard this story before, it's a great reminder. Imagine a peaceful farm in a quiet rural area. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and everything seems calm. But as with all places, storms loom on the horizon suddenly and fiercely. Our story begins with a farmer who knew this all too well. The farmer needed a reliable farmhand, somebody who could help him manage the farm, especially during those unpredictable storms. And one day a man came seeking the job, and the farmer asked him, "Are you a good farmhand?" And the man replied, "I can sleep when the wind blows." Now the farmer found that answer a bit strange, but he decided to hire the guy anyway. And you know what? That farmhand worked hard all day in and day out. He took care of the farm like it was his own. And then one night, as the wind began to howl and the rain pounded down, the farmer woke up with a start. He ran out of his bed, terrified that the storm might wreak havoc on the farm. He rushed to the farmhand's quarters, calling out, "Wake up! We need to secure everything!" But to his surprise, the farmhand was fast asleep. Frustrated and angry, the farmer ran outside himself, ready to tie down the haystacks, secure the barn doors, and shelter the animals. But here's the twist. Everything was already in place. The hay was tied down, the barn doors were shut tight, and the animals were safe and dry. The farm was ready to face the storm. And at that moment, the farmer finally understood what the farmhand meant when he said, "I can sleep when the wind blows." The farmhand's secret was simple. He had prepared in advance. He'd taken care of everything before the storm hit, so when it did, he could rest easy, knowing the farm was secure. Now let's bring this story into our world, into the world of finance, legal battles, and asset protection. Think of those storms as the unexpected challenges that can threaten your hard-earned wealth. Lawsuits, economic turndowns, divorces. They come without warning at times, and they can be devastating if you're unprepared. And just like that farmer, many people don't think about protecting what they have until the winds start to blow. But when you wait until trouble is on your doorstep, it's often too late. That's why setting up a solid asset protection plan before the storm hits is so important. And one of the best ways to do that is through setting up a Cook Islands Trust. A Cook Islands Trust is like building a fortress around your assets, just like that well-prepared farmhand. It's one of the most powerful tools for protecting wealth against lawsuits, creditors, and even divorce. And I'll tell you why in a bit. The Cook Islands have legal protections that make it nearly impossible for outside parties to access the trust's assets. Imagine your assets inside of this fortress. Even if a creditor or an ex-spouse tries to get through, they face a high burden of proof and very strict time limits. It's like trying to break into a castle surrounded by deep moats while the drawbridge stays up. The Cook Islands have a strict statute of limitations, so if someone tries to challenge your trust after a certain period, they're out of luck. And even if they try before the time runs out, they'll still face a legal battle on your terms in a jurisdiction designed to protect you. The local court says, "Give me the money." Our trustee law firm says, "No, not going to." Our Cook Islands law firm trustee company is outside of the jurisdiction of your local courts, and they won't comply. The Cook Islands doesn't recognize foreign judgments, so the trustee is bound by law to ignore the court order, and that is a rarity because most countries do recognize foreign court orders and foreign judgments, and they will comply and have your assets seized. Not on the Cook Islands. Now, as we said in other videos, when we set up a trust, we want to give our clients the remote control to the assets. So the trust owns 100% of a limited liability company. We usually set that up in the Cook Islands as well, and we make you the initial manager. Now, the LLC holds the bank account. Now, the client is the manager of the LLC, which controls the LLC assets and is the initial signatory on all the bank accounts. Your account doesn't have to be in the Cook Islands, but it can be any financial institution in the world that offers a financial safe haven, such as Switzerland, Luxembourg, Liechtenstein. And when you're under legal attack, we can temporarily have our trustee company step in as manager of the LLC. Now, our trustee company is licensed, they're bonded, they're a law firm, plus they went through extensive background checks to get a trustee license, and we've been using them for 30 years, and we've seen their track record. So for client safety and peace of mind, the only time the law firm steps in is when the courts would take the money. So the question is, would you rather have a 100% chance of the courts taking your money, or would you rather have a licensed, bonded law firm trustee who's never done anything like that, they've never taken a client's money, do what you paid them to do, and this protect your money? When the legal attack goes away, the string of control, and that's the management of the LLC inside of the trust, goes back to you, and you're back in the driver's seat with all of your money intact. Now, the bottom line is that everything that you've worked so hard for is safe and secure. Now, the best asset protection the trust gives is for liquid assets held offshore, like U.S. courts, for example, have jurisdiction over U.S. bank accounts and real estate. So for real estate, we do equity stripping. We record line of credit mortgages against the property payable to your LLC initially. Then if needed, we have a third-party lender purchase those mortgages and then place those proceeds in a locked account in your offshore trust. So here's the bottom line. Just like that farmhand, you need to prepare when the skies are clear. Don't wait until you're facing a lawsuit or a contentious divorce. When you have a plan in place, you can rest easy knowing your assets are safe no matter how hard the winds blow. When you've had us build your financial fortress, the storms may rage, but you won't have to panic. You'll know that your wealth is protected, just like that farmhand sleeping peacefully as the winds howled outside. And when your opponents try to make you out as the bad guy, remember, your goal is survival, just like the farmhand's was. It's about ensuring that everything you've worked so hard to build stays protected no matter what. And that's the power of the Cook Islands Trust. So let's wrap this up. The story of the farmer and the farmhand teaches us a valuable lesson. It's not just about working hard, it's about working smart. Preparing before the storm means you won't be scrambling when it hits. If you want to learn more about building your own financial fortress and how a Cook Islands Trust could be your ultimate defense, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. And remember, just like the man who could sleep when the wind blows, it's all about the peace of mind that comes from being prepared. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.